Hello friends, welcome to my channel Learning Electronics. In this video, we are going to study time response of first order control system when subjected to step input. Previous classes we have already studied dynamic error coefficient method and static error coefficient method. So if you want to see that videos, you can check it in the description box below, or you can go to the channel playlist. So before starting the video, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get more updated videos from here. Now let us discuss the contents which we are going to discuss in this lecture. First is order of system, then derivation of equation of output response of first order system, then time response of first order control system subjected to unit step input, and then closed loop poles of the first order system, then effect of time constant on speed of transient response of control system. We know that the order of the system is the highest power of s in the denominator of the transfer function of the system. So in the first order control system, the highest power of s in the denominator of its transfer function is equal to 1. This is the circuit diagram which represents the first order control system. In this we apply KVL in this loop. So we take loop current to be equal to IT. So by KVL we will get VI of t is equal to IT into R plus 1 upon C integration of IT dt. This equation is the equation of the voltage across the capacitor. When we take Laplace transform of this equation, we will get VI of S is equal to IS into R plus 1 upon SC into IS. Since the Laplace transform of integration of dt is equal to 1 by s, we are getting this equation here. From this equation, is is equal to vi of s divided by r plus 1 upon sc. So the output voltage of the circuit is the voltage across the capacitor. So v0t will be equal to 1 upon c integration of it dt. Again we take Laplace transform of this equation, we will get v0 of s is equal to 1 upon sc into is. Now we will put is equation from here in this equation. We will get, after simplification, v0 of s is equal to vi of s whole divided by 1 plus s into rc. So from this equation, the output voltage upon input voltage is equal to 1 upon 1 plus src. We know that the output voltage upon input voltage is the transfer function of the system. So this is the transfer function which is equal to 1 upon 1 plus src. Now we put RC is equal to T. This RC is called as a time constant. So when we put RC is equal to T, we get transfer function is equal to 1 upon 1 plus ST. So this is the transfer function of this first order control system. The block diagram representation of the first order control system is shown here. When we find out the overall transfer function of this first order control system, we get 1 upon 1 plus ST. So from here, the RS is the input excitation and CS the output of the system. So CS by RS is equal to 1 upon 1 plus ST we will get, where T is equal to RC and it is called as time constant. Now we find out the time response of the first order control system when subjected to unit step input. So here for unit step input, RT is equal to 1 and Laplace transform of RT will be RS, which is equal to 1 by S. We know that the transfer function of first order control system is equal to 1 upon 1 plus st. So from this equation, Cs will be equal to Rs divided by 1 plus st. Rs is equal to 1 by s, so this will be equal to 1 upon s into 1 plus st. When we take common t from the denominator, we will get Cs is equal to 1 by t whole divided by s into s plus 1 upon t. Now we apply partial fraction method to this equation, then Cs will be equal to A divided by S plus B divided by S plus 1 by T. Okay, let this be equation number 1. When we find out A will be equal to 1 upon T divided by S plus 1 upon T when S is equal to 0. When we put S is equal to 0 in this equation, we will get A is equal to 1. Similarly, B will be equal to 1 by T whole divided by S at S is equal to minus of 1 by T. When we put S is equal to minus of 1 by T here, we will get B is equal to minus 1. So from this equation number 1, if we put A and B values here, we will get 1 by S plus minus of 1 by S plus 1 by T. So the output CS will be equal to 1 by S minus 1 upon S plus 1 by T. Now we take Laplace transform of this equation. we will get Ct is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus t by Rc, which is equal to Ct is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus t by t, because t is equal to Rc here. So this is the time response of the first order control system when subjected to step input whose magnitude equal to 1. Now we know that time response is equal to steady state response plus this is transient response. So when we compare both these equations, we can see that the steady state response CSS is equal to 1 and the transient response Ct of t is equal to minus of e to the power minus t by t. So the transient response Ctt is equal to minus of e to the power minus t by t, which is equal to e to the power minus t by Rc. So from this equation we can see that the transient term completely dependent on the values of R and C, and thus the rate of exponential decay will be completely dependent on minus of 1 upon Rc, which is the pole of the system. But the values of R and C will not affect the steady state part, because this steady state response does not depend on the values of Rc. Now we find out the error. Error Et is equal to Rt minus Ct. Here Rt is equal to 1. Then Et will be equal to 1 minus this equation which we found out just now. It is equal to minus of 1 minus e to the power minus t by t. So from this equation Et will be equal to e to the power minus t by Rc, because here capital T is equal to Rc. So from this equation we can see that the error is also dependent on the values of R and C. Now we find out steady state error using this error value. Steady state error by final value theorem, ESS will be equal to limit t tends to infinity Et. So we put the value of Et here, will get limit t tends to infinity e to the power minus t by Rc. So when we put the limit t tends to infinity here, we'll get steady state error is equal to 0. The output of the first order control system when subjected to unit step input is given by Ct is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus t by t. By using this equation, we find out different values of Ct for different values of time t. So for t is equal to 0, we got Ct is equal to 0. For time t is equal to capital T, which is equal to Rc, we got Ct is equal to 0.632. And when time t is equal to 4t, that means 4 times the time constant Rc, then we got Ct is equal to 0.982. And when we put t tends to infinity in this equation, we'll get Ct is equal to 1. So using this value, we will draw the time response of the first order control system when it's subjected to unit step input. This is the transient response and this is the steady state response. After this value 0.98, we are getting the steady state response. So from the table we can see that the magnitude of Ct is equal to 0.632 units in time t, and the magnitude of Ct is equal to 0.982 in the time 4t, that means 4 times the time constant Rc, and when time t tends to infinity, the magnitude of Ct is equal to 1. So here we can see that when time t is equal to 4t, we got Ct is equal to 0.98, and when time t is equal to t, we got the magnitude of Ct is equal to 0.632. Now this is the equation of error for the first order control system when subjected to unit step input. So when we put t is equal to 4t in this equation, we will get Et is equal to e to the power minus 4, which is equal to 0.02. Thus, when actual output reaches within 2% of the desired value, it is said that steady state is reached. Therefore, time 4t is termed as setting time of the control system, and 4t is the basic demarcation between the transient response and steady state response of the control system. Next is closed loop poles for first order control system. We know that the transfer function of the first order control system subjected to unit step input is given by Cs by Rs is equal to 1 upon 1 plus St, which is equal to 1 upon 1 plus Src, where T is equal to Rc. As the closed loop poles are the roots of the characteristic equation 1 plus Gs into Hs. So if we find the roots of this characteristic equation, then the roots of this characteristic equation will be the closed loop poles. So here the characteristic equation from this transfer function will be 1 plus Src is equal to 0. From here we'll get is equal to minus of 1 upon Rc, which is equal to minus of 1 upon T. Thus first order system has only one pole. So here we can see that we are getting only one pole from this characteristic equation. So the first order system when subjected to unit step input will have only one pole at S is equal to minus of 1 upon T. This is the time response of the first order control system when subjected to unit step input. Ct is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus T by Rc. So here we can see that the exponential index here is minus of 1 upon Rc, or we can say it is equal to minus of 1 upon T is the closed loop pole of the system. So if the step input of magnitude A is applied, then Ct will be equal to A into 1 minus e to the power minus T by Rc. Okay, so from this equation we can see that if the magnitude of the signal is changed, then the rate of decay will not change, but the steady state value will be changed, because here the steady state value Css will be equal to A and the rate of decay will be same, which is equal to e to the power minus T by Rc. Therefore the transient response will be equal to A into e to the power minus T by Rc. So the rate of decay of the transient response will be same if the magnitude of the input signal is changed. This is the pole zero plot of the first order control system when subjected to unit step input. Here we got only one pole at S is equal to minus of 1 upon T in the left half of the S plane. Transient response totally depends on the values of R and C. So if the values of R and C will change, then the output will behave in different way as the rate of decay will be changed without change in the steady state. Next is effect of time constant on speed of transient response of control system. Now let us consider two systems. With the first system with closed loop pole at S1 is equal to minus 4, and second system with closed loop pole at S2 is equal to minus 2. So first system will have e to the power minus 4t term in the output, and the second system will have e to the power minus 2t term in the output. So when t tends to infinity, then the system with e to the power minus 4t term will vanish earlier than the system with e to the power minus 2t term. Thus e to the power minus 4t system will stabilize and reach the steady state earlier than the e to the power minus 2t system. Okay, so this is the transient response of the e to the power minus 4t and e to the power minus 2t system. So here we can see that the system with term e to the power minus 4t will vanish more quickly and will reach the steady state earlier than this e to the power minus 2t system. Now we draw the pole zero plot for these two systems. This is the pole zero plot. So here we can see that the pole for the e to the power minus 2t system is equal to minus 2, and the pole for the e to the power minus 4t system will be minus 4. Thus the location of poles affect the transient behavior of the system. From this pole zero plot we can see that as the closed loop poles in left half of S plane move away from the imaginary axis, the transient die out more quickly, making the system more stable. That means as e to the power minus 4t system, transient response is dying out earlier than e to the power minus 2t system. Therefore, we can say that as the closed loop poles in the left hand of S plane move away from the imaginary axis, then the transient die out more quickly, making the system more stable. So for the first system with the term e to the power minus 4t, minus of 1 upon r1 c1 will be equal to minus 4, and for second system with the term e to the power minus 2t, minus of 1 upon r2 c2 is equal to minus 2. That means from this equation we can say that when RC decreases, the steady state reaches earlier. That means lesser is the RC, faster is the time response of the system. Now from this discussion we can conclude that the transient response of the first order control system depends on poles of the closed loop transfer function and also the location of the poles of the closed loop transfer function, but the transient response does not depend on the magnitude of the input applied, whereas the steady state response depends on the magnitude of the input applied. So hope you have understood the topic. In the next class we are going to discuss the time response of the first order control system when subjected to unit ramp input. So thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe my channel for more updates.